King David, and welcome to the second edition of The Bigger Picture. I'm Rabbi Seeff, the General Director of the South African Board of Jewish Education in the King David Schools. We're filming this morning in the absolutely magnificent, recently refurbished King David Sandton Elements Media Center, a sensational wonderland of different learning areas and spaces for students to engage with reading, to be inspired, and just to transport them into the world of 21st century learning. Since our last video, we've been very excited to have signed a unique educational transformation agreement with Microsoft. King David Schools are the first schools to have done so. And through this agreement, Microsoft will work with the King David Schools in creating a bespoke, unique strategy for our schools that will encompass leadership, teacher training, student learning, infrastructure, curriculum, and really take the amazing academics of the King David Schools and propel us into the world of the 21st century. The King David Schools are blessed to have the King David Schools Foundation, and together this year we plan to invest heavily on some major infrastructure upgrades across our campuses, redoing of the senior primary classrooms at King David Sandton, refurbishing and reimagining the King David Linksfield High School Media Center into a spectacular new space with new classrooms as well. The King David Linksfield Senior Primary School will be getting a new media center. King David Ariel will be completed this year, and we look forward to a fantastic build there, finishing all the classrooms with an art center for King David Ariel, as well as the Rosabella Klein Nursery School will be getting upgrades. And lastly, the King David Victory Park campus will receive a refurbished canteen and tuck shop to service the entire campus and wider community. A truly unique aspect of the King David Schools is the way that we're able to merge tradition and our past and our history with the way that the future is moving for education. And one such project which was so tremendous was the My Family Story project run across all of our primary schools, where our students research their Jewish history, their Jewish roots, where they came from, whether that be Europe or Baghdad or Morocco, and get to know their families and the Jewish story and fall in love with their Jewish story and their history. It was also an amazing achievement of Daniel Siegel, one of our King David Victory Park primary school students, whose project was chosen to be displayed at the Beit HaTfutzot Museum in Tel Aviv this year. So congratulations to Daniel and to all of our students in participating in this beautiful project. King David Schools are accelerating our spend on transformational education. We've purchased iPads across the board for all of our pre-primary schools and our primary schools, Cubroid blocks, as well as B-bots for coding and robotics to start incorporating in our curriculum from grade R all the way through our primary schools. And it's just a small step we've taken in really what is a bigger picture for our schools of moving forward with creativity, artistic expression, and exploration in education. King David Linksfield Primary School recently held their Thinking and Innovation Day, where they produced magnificent projects, nothing to do with technology, but really artistic, out-the-box thinking and project-based learning. The maker spaces around our school are absolutely buzzing with creativity and innovation. You'll find 3D printing and sewing, artificial intelligence courses are taking place. Students are using coding to create their own superhero or villain books or games. There's design thinking happening around our schools, using recycling to create skeletons and different projects, making bridges and using their thoughts, their creativity to solve real-world problems. This kind of activity will be found on all of our campuses at the moment, and it's an absolute hub of creativity and forward-thinking education. At the core of King David Schools is academic excellence, and that lies at the heart of everything that we do at our schools. And it's wonderful to see our students in the second term settling back absolutely brilliantly into the classrooms, not being online, being in class, and being able to experience that King David magic. Our students performed absolutely brilliantly in the primary school's international benchmarks, where both in mathematics and in English we scored well above the national and international averages in those benchmarking tests. A big mazel tov to Mandy Wu from King David Linksfield High School, coming third in the WITS mathematics competition. Special mention also has to be made of some of our individual students who have performed so brilliantly and brought so much credit to the King David Schools. To Ethan Lewis for winning the senior men's national swimming title, to Rachel Smith for winning gold in the South African swimming regionals, and to Guy Levener, who won the South African national tennis championship and is ranked number 1 in the country in his age group. Well done to these outstanding sportsmen and women. Arts and culture are alive at King David Schools. 8 high school students from Victory Park and from Linksfield had their poems published in the #poetry competition. 2 high school students had artwork published in the South African Artist magazine, and a big mazel tov to Liron Kravitz to making it to the finals of the International Bible Quiz. And a specific special mazel tov must be made to Shiri Kaplan, who came 9th in the International Bible Quiz competition, and also won the poetry section of the International Holocaust Writing Competition, which took place in the United States. So a huge mazel tov to Shiri for bringing such credit to our schools. And finally, but definitely not least, beyond the academic excellence and innovation, beyond the arts and culture and amazing sport, our secret sauce, what really makes King David so unique and so special, our connection to our Jewish identity and our traditions. Our campuses have come alive in the last 2 months since the last video, with Pesach Seders, Yom HaZikaron and Yom HaShoah, moving commemorations, unbelievable celebrations on Yom HaAtzmaut showing our love and our connection to the land and the state of Israel. Lag BaOmer, it just doesn't stop. It pumps through the veins of King David. Our truly unique aspect, differentiator at our schools is our Jewish identity, which cannot be replaced and has been truly magnificent over the last period.